As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Wilson Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by are our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and themselves. They go play action here on first down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
On second down, Wilson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Wilson on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 43 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Baldwin with it over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
A big pickup there on the run, 36 yards. So they're operating in the red zone.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And the offense in a great spot. It's first and goal from the 3. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The first carry for the rookie Procise. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. C.J. Procise, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Wilson now off the bootleg. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. Steps away to his left. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson surveying the field. He's going to air one out, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 41 yards, and the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. This is taken at his 4. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT. Over the middle here to Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On first down, Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 63 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Seahawks. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Wilson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle. Starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
On second down, Rawls. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, Wilson. And he bats Hits it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They go play action here on 1st down. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it. And it brings up 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Under pressure, they got him again. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And Wilson has it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Try to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And Graham's got it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And able to find Graham, complete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Graham slotted out to the left. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off. It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Shift together here from the D-line. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. Cliff Averill. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He can't bring him down, and he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. And after that play, we've got a man down, a member of the linebacking corps, and the medical staff will attend to it. On second down, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Wilson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On third down, Procise. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on fourth.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. 3rd down now following the run. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. A running play for Rawls. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw him off and get the first down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
Back to throw. This complete to Lockett. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw. And he's got Lockett. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Complete outright to Kurz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And quickly, they get to the line. He'll look to throw. The grab made by Kurz over the middle. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. Back to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's back to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game.
I think what we just saw in that drive, partner, is great.